I am back for Vice Versa episode 8. It came out about an hour ago. I feel like it rolls around so quickly. I don't know what it is. I feel like I just finished episode 7 like 2 days ago, right? Very peculiar. But we're gonna dive into it. I'm interested to see where they're gonna take it next. I feel like the show has just gone in such a different direction than what I expected it to. I didn't think most of the series would be taken up by them trying to work out if they're each other's portkeys, you know? I thought they would have figured it out by now, and then the dreams would be starting, and there would be adventures. But it seems very focused on them bonding over the movie stuff, and trying to work out if they're even each other's portkeys. I don't know. No, that was a very sweet moment. Trying to work out what the theme is going to be based on what I'm seeing. We've got some red, we've got some greyish blue. We have had blue though, but we haven't had grey and we haven't had red. We haven't had black or... it could be a purple at some point. Jeez. Where did you come from? That's what I said last episode, right? They're like, it's becoming their lives. They're getting a lot more serious moments together now. I like it. I like to see it. Oh. I think nearly losing to Lei last episode kind of made Pooh a little bit more serious, you know? It's gotta be grey, right? The colour theme? Has to be. Or like a silver? Grey or silver? Right, it's gotta be like a grey or a silver or something like that, surely. From all the clothes, the table, the bags, the statue in the background, the sign. It's gotta be, right? Who knows? But yeah, we haven't had red, we haven't had purple, we haven't had like a teal colour or an aqua. We haven't had black. We haven't had brown, and we haven't had grey. We could have like a gold, I guess. If there's a silver, maybe there could be a gold. There's still quite a few colours left to pick from, actually. They're definitely focusing on the movie thing a lot more than I thought they would, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah! Very cool. Very, very cool. พวกเราลงขันกันเองให้ไม่จบไปเลยวะมึงก็พูดไม่คิดทำหนังทีใช้เงินเป็นล้านเลยนะเว้ยก็มีเท่าไหร่ก็ทำเท่านั้นอยู่วะกูจะไปขอเงินที่บ้าน That's so cute. ตอนแรกเขากะจะไปต่อเติมร้านเพิ่ม Look at the friendship square. โอ้ถ้ามึงพูดอย่างนี้นะกูอ่ะจะเอาเรือที่บ้านไปขายสักลำ2 ลำเลยงั้นกูจะจิกล้อเก่าที่บ้าน I like these guys so much. ไอ้เทสแล้วมึงอ่ะ Someone said the guy who plays Up is in something else, and I forgot what they said he's in, but I want to see him in something. He's a cutie too. They're gonna switch bodies again, and Tess is gonna be like, where's all my clothes gone? I had so many designer clothes. Oh no. Oh no. God, he has a lot, TBH. Oh, these guys.
ให้เป็นเงินลงทุนถ้ามึงได้กำไรอ่ะมึงก็เอามาคืนกู
You're a nice friend. Do it. That sounds like a good deal.
15 ล้านอ่ะ
That's a lot of money. I don't think he realized how much the movie cost to make.
ว่ายังไงครับหุ้นส่วนเพื่อนรัก
Oh, cute.
มึงพอดีมีเพื่อนเดือดร้อนว่ะต้องการเงินสัก15 ล้านไปทำหนักถ้ามึงหารกับกูคนละครึ่งก็คนละ 7.5 ล้านช่วยเพื่อน
Oh, you guys are cuties too. I see how it is.
ข้อเสนอนั้นย่อมได้สิวะ
Oh.
กูมีข้อแม้นะกูต้องได้รับบทเด่นๆนะกูก็เหมือนกันอยากลองเป็นดารามานานแล้วเว้ย
Oh, I like these guys. What the fuck?
2 คน
Very cool.
ขอบคุณนะเว้ย
You guys get an upgrade. I like you guys a lot.
เดี๋ยวกูกลับให้มึงดูเอง
พี่กูส่งคอนแทคมาอยู่คนหนึ่งเห็นบอกเพิ่งจบจากเมืองนอกอะ
It seemed like that guy recognized him, right? So he must know Tess, because he would be looking at Tess, not Delay. Interesting. Next. Ah, this feels so low stress compared to Not Me. Very low stakes. But it's not low stakes, because anything could happen to any one of them at any time, and then the other three would be fucked. So it's not low stakes, but it feels low stakes compared to Not Me.
ก็ไอ้เทสมันบอกว่าทำอะไรได้ก็รีบทำไปก่อนนะ
No, like you, sir.
มาผิดที่ปะวะสภาพแม่งกังเกินกว่าจะเป็นสตูดิโออีกมั้ง
เฮ้ยพูดอะไรระวังปากหน่อยดินี่บ้าน
Okay, Tun's friends meeting Tess's friends. Let's go.
ทันโทษนะครับมึงแต่งตัวมาเซเวอร์ขนาดนี้เนี่ยนี่ที่แคสติ้งนะครับไม่ได้มาเดินพรมแดงหัวสภาพหน้าอย่างเงี้ยผมเช็ดเท้า
แล้วพวกมึงเป็นใครวะ
มึงไม่ต้องรู้หรอกปากแบบพวกมึงเนี่ยกูไม่ได้ร่วมงานกันหรอก
Oh, jeez. No, you guys have to get on. I like all of you.
ว่าไงเท็ดนี่กูอยู่บ้านในทันแล้วกูเจอใครไม่รู้2 ตัวยืนหาจะกูอยู่เนี่ยอ๋อคนเขียนบทเหรอโอเคเจอกัน
อย่าบอกนะว่านี่คือฟิลกับคี
I'm glad you repeated their names for me.
ดีวะแล้วก็เป็นว่าที่นักแสดงชั้นนำเรื่องนี้ด้วย
โอ้ว่าแล้วแต่งตัวดีมีภูมิฐานนี้ออร่าสุดๆ
Up, you need to rein it in, fam.
สูจากสเปนปะเนี่ย ดูดีมากเปิดประตู ข้างในมีเครื่องดื่มแพงๆเต็มเลยฮะสำหรับคุณท่านทั้ง2 คนนะครับ
Hal still isn't very impressed. He's like, okay then. Okay, Tun's friends and Tess's friends trying to get along.
ผมกำลังคิดถึงหน้าเขา คิดถึงครั้งแรกที่เจอกันที่ร้านเหล้า แล้วเขาเพิ่งข้ามโลกมา
Cute.
มึงกับเขาคุยกันถูกคอมาก
เดี๋ยวก่อนนะ อันนี้ไม่ใช่นะ
อย่าเพิ่งขัดดิ หลับตา กูพุ่งกลับ
Poohin is very smooth when he wants to be, right?
มึงได้ผจญภัยไปกับเขา
Oh god, that feels like so long ago. The maze and everything.
ถึงทีมจะแตกอะแต่ก็คิดถึงกันมากเลย แต่สุดท้ายก็กลับมาเจอกัน พอมึงเห็นหน้าเขา มึงก็ยิ้ม
Yeah, you started to smile. Very sweet. Oh, so sweet. I'm rooting for you too, not gonna lie.
เฮดบุ๊กเขาบอกเขาสนใจจะกำกับหนังของเราเขานั้นให้เราไปเจอกันพรุ่งนี้เลย ดีใจดิ
That's problematic, right? He's been ignoring Tess's calls, yeah. But he agreed to as soon as it looked like it was someone else's movie.
ไปเจรจาเลยนะเพราะว่ากลัวไอ้อูอะต้องแก้บทอีกนิดนึง
So he's probably gonna turn up and see Tess and be like, you know?
ดีมาก
I don't know.
อุ้ยไหวแล้ววะไหนว่ารักหมาเนี่ยไม่รักแมวไง
ก็
Kitty!
ต้องอินกับคาแรคเตอร์หน่อยดิวะ ตอนเนี้ยรักสัตว์ทุกตัวครับใช่ไหมน้องแมวเมียวมาขออุ้มดีๆหน่อยน้อง
Well, these two are growing on me out of nowhere.
ไอ้แมวเว้ย
เดียวเพื่อน
Okay.
ไหนว่าคาแรคเตอร์หมอใจดีกับอุ่นบาย
Bye.
ปรับหมดพ่อมึง4 ล้าน
Okay, Tess's friends having trouble getting on with Tun's friends, which, to be fair, the real Tess and Tun also had trouble getting along, so that kind of makes sense, right? Well, I guess we know Puin is interested. My goodness. Okay, let's get the problematic stuff. He looks really familiar. Do I know him? Why do I feel like I ask this all the time?
ใช่ทีมเขียนบทโรแมนติกไม่คอมเมดี้ไหมครับ
Who are you? I know him, I know him, I know him. I'm getting crazy deja vu right
หม
now.
อเฮียกูเมฆนี่มึงยังมีหน้ามานัดกูอีกไอ้เท็ดสงสัยกวนตีน
Yeah, he does have a problem with Tess. Interesting.
เรารู้จักกันแล้ว
อ้าวเจอผู้กำกับแล้วเหรอ สวัสดีครับ
I definitely know him. Wait, is that Perth from Love by Chance?
เดี๋ยวนายทัน
Am I going crazy? That's Perth, right?
นี่มึงอยู่ทีมเขียนบท
It looks like A. Oh, he knows Tun too.
เดี๋ยวนะครับ รู้จักไอ้ทันด้วยเหรอ
นี่มึงครับ
This is a very tense situation. That's definitely Perth. That's definitely
ตอ
Perth.
นมปลาย
That's crazy.
ไอ้ทันมึงจำไม่ได้เหรอวะ
All in the
เราสัญ
same
ญาว่าเรา
class.
จะไม่ทำหนังให้เท็ด
Why? What did Tess do? I mean, Tess was kind of an ass, right? That's why, like, Tun didn't get on with him. He was doing some dodgy stuff. That's definitely Perth. That's so cool.
ที่เมฆแม่งรับกำกับหนังเนี่ยเพราะแม่งกะทำให้หนังของเราเจ๊งนะเว้ย
ว่าอย่าเสี่ยงเลยดีกว่า
ตอนนี้พวกเรามีทางเลือกไม่มากอะลองเชื่อใจมันหน่อยวะ
This is the first time that I've gone, I recognise that person from somewhere, and I've actually managed to pinpoint where I know them from. It's because I only finished Love by Chance, like, last week. Very, very cool. Very cool. I'm recognising people now. Very cool. So, what's his name? Mac went to high school with Tess and Tun. Doesn't get on with Tess. Seems to get on with Tun. Don't know what the problem was, but Tess seemed to be falling out with everyone, so he didn't seem to really have his life in order, right? He had problems with his dad, he had problems with Tun. I don't know. So it doesn't surprise me that they don't get on too much. That's so cool, I get to see Perth in something else.
เราสัญญาว่าเราจะไม่ทำหนังให้เท็ด
เดี๋ยวนะ นี่ กูไปทำอะไรให้มึงเหรอ
That's a good question. Poor Delay is very confused.
คนเฮียแบบมึงเนี่ยคงจำไม่ได้สินะว่าทำเฮียอะไรไว้บ้างอะ
I've missed your face. It's only been a week, but I missed your face.
กูโคตรผิดหวังเลยเว้ย
I'm happy right now. Delay very confused. He's probably sick of people treating him badly.
ทำอะไรไว้กับเราบ้างอะมึงนั่งเลย
กูตรงใจเองแหละ
ดี งั้น เอาเป็นว่ากูจะรับกำกับ
This is a bad idea. You're hiring someone and they think the pretense is to make it as bad as possible.
เร็วๆดิ
You should have just been like, actually, it's been a long time since then and we talked it out and he's a completely different person now and he apologized. Something like that. My goodness. Very bad plan.
คือไอ้เมฆแม่งกะจะ
เดี๋ยว กูขอพูดก่อนนะ คือไอ้เมฆอะหน้าเหมือนคนที่กูเคยชอบสมัยมัธยม
Oh, that's why he called him Mark.
แหม แล้วไหนบอกไม่เคยมีแฟนไง
แค่แอบชอบ เรียกว่าแฟนได้เหรอวะ
Yeah, they keep seeing people that look like people from their universe, right? But they've got different names. Which again brings up the question that there must be another Talay and Puan out there somewhere
มือปะ
with different names.
ก็เฉียดตอนทำกีฬาสีอะ
แล้วหอมแก้มอ่ะ
จะไปมีได้ไงวะ
แล้วไปเพราะกูเท่านั้นเว้ยที่มีสิทธิ์ทำได้
Very sweet.
น่ะ
So
กูขอชาร์จพลังหน่อย
I think they just need to accept that they're gonna see people that look identical to people from their own world, but they just have to treat them like completely different people, you know, like identical twins or something.
พอแม่งกะดำ
เฮ้ย ที่มึงคอมเมนต์มา ไม่ได้แก้ง่ายๆนะเว้ย 3 วันมันน้อยไปปะ
แล้วไงวะ ทีมงานคนอื่นเขาก็ต้องบทไปทำงานต่อไป
I like him a lot.
หรือมึงมีปัญหา
I'm glad I'm seeing him in something else. What else has Perth been in? I need to look up what else Perth has been in.
เดี๋ยวกูไปคุยกับทีมบทให้
ดี อ๋อ แล้วอีกเรื่องหนึ่งอ่ะ กูอยากเอาเพื่อนสนิทกูมาเป็นตากล้องเรื่องนี้
Is it someone who's gonna help ruin the movie?
มึงลองเอาเฮดบุ๊กไปติดต่อดู
Headbook, I'm guessing, is like Facebook, right? That's really clever.
อเลสซานโด ชื่อเหมือนไม่ใช่คนไทยนี่
ก็ไม่ใช่สิวะ มันเป็นคนสเปน เจอกับกูตอนเรียนอยู่อเมริกา ถ่ายสวยสัตว์ เรียกว่าเป็นตากล้องคู่บุญกูเลยก็ได้นะ
You're a very handsome man. Very handsome man.
เดี๋ยวกูพาไปเองก็ได้
It's so cool to see the different friend groups mixing, right? I'm already used to seeing like 2 together and 2 together. It's weird to see like 1 from each of the pair together. It's weird, the preview for the last episode made it seem like this guy would be a love triangle issue, right? Like how the actress was for Puan.
นี่แหละ
But it's kind of giving me like antagonist vibes.
ตัวไหนเหมาะไม่เหมาะเนี่ย
Cute cats.
ไหนตัวไหนคุยง่ายมั้งคะ
โอ้โห เคยได้ยินแต่หมาเมิน อันเนี้ยมีคนโดนแมวเมิน
Funny, you talk about cats ignore people all the time.
ไอ้เม่ง
What?
แกล้งกูชัดๆให้กูมาแค้นแมว2 ตัวเนี่ย บ้า
ใจเย็น จะเล่นกับแมวอ่ะ ต้องทำให้มันหายระแวงมึงก่อน นี่
I feel like at least one of you 2 should be at the
มึ
casting.
งรู้เยอะจังวะ
Otherwise, you're just gonna let the evil guy run amok, right?
น้องยอมเล่นด้วยกับกูแล้วเนี่ยมึงมาลูก
มึงทำได้ไงวะ
Cute. Kitty.
ไปเล่นกับที่ทะเลหน่อยไหมเขาดุเราอะเนาะ เดี๋ยวพี่จะตีเขาให้เนาะ
ตีใครไม่ตีมาตีกู
ตีมึงอะ
อุ้ย พี่สั่งเค้กไปอ่ะ น่าจะมาพอดี
I like you, Pang. You're great. So many likable characters in this show. So many.
พวกแก มาดูหน้าน้องคนนี้ดิเตตะวันชัดๆอ่ะทันทะเล ดูดิ เหมือนปะ
Just go run it out with the cats.
เจตะวันไหนพี่ ผมต๋องตาหวาน
Are you guys not figured out yet that there's people that look identical?
หน้าตาดีแบบเนี้ย
My
ใจเป็น
goodness. Weird, right? That you can be an actor in one universe and a delivery person in another?
ลองควงดูอ่ะ
นี่เหรอ
Lead very different lives.
ใช่ เฮ้ย
What is happening?
หมุนตัวด้วย หมุนเลย
Are you pretty good at that? What the fuck?
อุ้ยโคตรเท่โยนขึ้น เย้
มาเนี่ยพี่ ผมไปส่งของก่
เดี๋
อย น
วพี่
พี่
ช่วยบิ้วต่อ
Very sweet.
เดี๋ยวเราไปแคส
ไปส่งของให้กับพี่
ของมากกับพี่แป๊บเดียว เฮ้ย หน้าแบบน้องพระเอกมากเลยอะแบบ
พี่
เทสพี่มากอ่ะโอ้โห
Guy is so confused. He's like, literally, can you imagine him explaining that to his boss why he was late delivering food? Like, there were these 2 guys, and they had cats, and then this woman called me by the wrong name, and then dragged me into the place because she thought in a different universe I could be an actor. My goodness.
เดี๋ยว กูไปหาวิธีดูแล้วกัน
Poe knows something's up.
โอ้ยเมฆมึงอ่ะก็เลิกแกล้งไอ้เทสสักทีเหอะมึงก็เห็นอยู่ว่าเดี๋ยวนี้แม่งเปลี่ยนไปแล้วตอนเนี้ยมันต้องใจทำงานจะตายจริงปะ
มันก็ถูกอะแต่เจอเงี้ยยิ่งทำให้ความรู้สึกเก่าๆกลับมาเลยว่ะ
I like you a
มึง
lot,
รู้สึกเกลีย
sir.
ดเหรอ
ความรู้สึกชอบ
Hmm.
ชอบ โทษทีที่กูไม่เคยบอกนะเว้ย จริงๆ กูแอบชอบแม่งมาตั้งแต่ม.ปลาย
Weird.
นั่นคือเหตุผล
Weird,
ที่
weird,
กู
weird.
สั้นเราแต่พอแม่ง
In
ทำ
this
เหี้ยอะไรวะ
universe, he likes Tun,
กู
but in the other universe, it was like Talay liking
ที่
him.
แม่งมาทำตัวน่ารักแบบนี้นะ กูว่า กูกลับมาชอบมันแล้วว่ะ
No. No, I should be rooting for him and Putin. Why, no, don't. It's just because I like Path. Jealous? Interesting.
ที่เห็นมึงไปใกล้ชิดกับไอ้มึง
Interesting. Such a cool concept, right? The idea that in one universe, person A likes person B in like secretly, and then in the other universe, person B likes person A. Very, very cool. Because they did kind of play around with the idea, like with the delivery driver, that you know, you can be like an actor in one world and a delivery driver in the other, and like you don't want to do like acting or anything like that, and he preferred being the delivery driver. So they do that quite a lot with like this idea that you can be one thing in one universe and one in the other. I think that's the first time we've really seen like a dynamic flip around like that, where like the secret crush in the first world is the one that has the crush in the other world. I like that a lot. Very, very cool. But again, Talay needs to remember it's not the guy that he had a crush on. It's just someone who looks similar. Although technically, I guess it is the same person, right? But just in a different universe. It's like if they met the other Talay and Puan who had different names, it's still technically them. It's just that in a different universe, they are different people. Interesting.
วันนี้กูอารมณ์สีเทาเมฆหมด ก็เลยอยากใส่เสื้อสีนี้เหอะ
โอ้โห
They mentioned the episode name.
ขนาด
Very
สีจะล
cool.
งนะมึงอย่าพูดถึงชื่อไอ้แม่เพื่อนรักมึงเลย
Oh, interesting.
อันเนี้ยมึงก็ใจตรงกูอีกแล้วนะ
Very cool.
แล้วทำไมกูจะกินเหมือนมึงไม่ได้ ก็มึงเป็นคนแนะนำให้กูเอง ไม่มีน้ำตาล กูก็เลยกินตามมึง
That means they did the same thing in Even Sun. There were two characters in Even Sun called Sun, and then Sun's bestie was called Cloud, basically.
ไอ้เนี่ยทัน
Very cool.
เช็คว่าซิกแพคไอ้เทสมึงอยู่ดีหรือเปล่า
ยังอยู่ดีเว้ย ไม่ต้องมาจับ
กูไม่เชื่อ
ทัน
Sweet.
ใจตรงกับกูอีกแล้วนะ
Oh, the look that he gave Puan right there. That was such a soft look. Very, very sweet. Jeez, these guys couldn't flirt any harder if they really tried, huh?
ได้
จะทำกูให้ได้ตลอดนะมึง
That's so sweet. Oh my goodness. I can't deal with the cuteness. I can't deal with the cuteness. Is that Cutie Pie Path?
ฟ้าแม่งหมุนได้อีก ไอ้เมฆโทรมา
Yeah.
เดี๋ยวแม่งต้องหาเรื่องดัง
This is difficult because Mech is seeing the person he had a crush on, and Talay is seeing the person he had a crush on.
3 ใบนะฮะครับ
Pooin's like, nope, this ain't happening without me. You're very problematic right now, sir, but I can't hate you because of the actor that plays you. No, Pooin, it's okay. So it's got to be worse for Pooin than it was for Delay, right? Because for two reasons. Firstly, his connection with Pang was just like colleagues slash friends in the other universe, whereas Delay used to have a crush on someone that looked exactly like him, so already the connection is stronger. But then there's also the fact that Pooin has been very, very direct and straightforward with how he feels about Delay, and Delay's been a bit more yo-yoing and like more hesitant about it. So Pooin's probably a bit more confused about how Delay feels about him than Delay is about how Pooin feels about him. So it's got to be harder for Pooin for sure.
กูไม่ชอบที่เห็นมึงไปใกล้ชิดกับไอ้เมฆ
We appreciate your honesty. Communication is key.
ก็กูกลัวมึงจะไปชอบมันยิ่งมันหน้าตาเหมือนคนที่มึงเคยชอบด้วย
Communication. It solves
ไม่ได้คิดอะไร
everything.
กับเมฆเลย
กูรู้เว้ยแต่ถ้ามึงสนิทกับมันไปเรื่อยๆสักวันมึงอาจจะหวั่นไหวกับมันก็ได้
มึง กูไม่ได้ชอบคนที่หน้าตา ขนาดมึงอ่ะ กูยังไม่เคยเห็นหน้า กูยังชอบมึงได้เลย
You don't know his name either. Do you really know him at all? Who knows? It was very sweet.
เมื่อกี้มึงว่าไงนะ
กูบอกว่า กูชอบมึง ชอบทั้งที่ไม่รู้ว่า หน้าตามึงเป็นยังไง ไม่รู้ด้วยซ้ำว่า มึงเป็นใคร แต่กูชอบมึง
No, very sweet.
กูก็ชอบมึงเหมือนกัน
Mm.
ชอบทุกอย่างที่เป็นมึงเลย
Cute. Very cute. Oh, he's crying too. We got there. It took what, 8 episodes? 8 episodes. But they have both agreed, they like each other. We have a kiss that neither of them are breaking apart from or shoving the other one away. Thank God. Alright, kids, rein it in. You're gonna get kicked out of the gallery. Very sweet. What a good ending. Where did Mech go? I'm surprised he didn't follow them. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Well, they shut down the Mech love triangle pretty quick, right? It didn't drag on the way Pang did.
อธิษฐานเลยลูก
เมื่อกี้มึงขอพรเลยว่ะ
กูขอให้กูได้อยู่โลกนี้ให้นานที่สุดอะ
ผมอยากรู้ว่าชีวิตไอ้ทันที่โลกโน้นอ่ะ มันเป็นยังไงบ้าง
พี่คงเล่าให้ฟังได้แค่คร่าวๆนะ
เชื่อเถ
Oh
อะ
my God.
ชีวิตมึงจะไม่เหมือนเดิม ครั้งหนึ่งอ่ะมึงเคยมีกู
Oh, okay. Interesting. Interesting. Firstly, I was thinking it must be so fucking weird to celebrate a birthday for yourself when it's not really your birthday. Like, imagine you go, like, how old would they be? Like, what, 26? At most, I would say. I don't know. No, they're under 30, right? But that's still a long time to have your birthday on the same day every year. And then to suddenly start celebrating your birthday on a different day because it's like Tess's birthday. Very interesting. And then he's gonna try and find out about Puan from Pang because they knew each other. I feel like, I don't know, we'll have to get more context about that, but I feel like he should talk to Puan about it, no? Interesting. So maybe he's trying to work out if he knew Puan. Because we know that, like, okay, so he doesn't know Puan's name, face, anything like that. He doesn't realise that he's met Puan in the other world. But Puan knows Talei's name, or nickname. He doesn't know, like, that he's met him, right? Like, in the bookstore, they filled out that form and they put Talei's full name on the form. So Puan does know a lot of information about Talei from, like, the first world. Like, his full name and everything. But if you're an actor and you meet a lot of people every day, you're not really going to remember the full name of, like, an extra who was lying down on your set and you spoke to once, or someone that you just met in the bathroom who gave you a hat. You know, like, I doubt he would make that connection, and there's probably a lot of people with the nickname Talei. So I feel like maybe Puan doesn't realise either that he's met Talei in the first world, that they knew each other. And then it just gets a whole fucking a lot more romantic. And your hair, my goodness, very, very cute. I like that style. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Good episode. We got some more interesting dynamics to think about. The idea that if you meet someone that you knew from the first world in this world, and they're like, they have a different name and a different profession and all of that, that maybe the dynamic between the two of you switches as well. So in the first world you liked them, but in the second world they liked you. I don't know what it is. I think it's just because this show has gone a very different way to how I thought it was going to go, I guess. So I really thought it would focus more on the Portkey stuff, and they would have figured that out by now. And it would be more about trying to get home, whereas actually they seem to have assimilated into the life that they now lead very well. And it's then just become another generic fall in love while bonding over a hobby. So the fantasy stuff seems to have taken a back seat, whereas for me that was really the most interesting part of it. And when I do hear about all these kind of cool concepts and dynamics about traveling universes, I find it really interesting. And I think if they had committed to that as the main bonding thing and the main plot source, I don't know, I feel like I would be even more excited for it. But there's a huge focus on making the movies and stuff, which is something they could have done in any old BL, you know? So I feel like they just took it a different way than what I was expecting. I think it would be interesting if they had kind of gone back and forth between this world and the other world. I mean, yes, that would have kept the Omnanon fans happy as well, to see them more. For me, it's not about that. It's more about the concept of them being tied to the other people. And you could kind of play around with what that would involve, being kind of connected to them. Like imagine if Tess was in an accident, not like a life-threatening accident that made them travel universes, but imagine he like, I don't know, got a pretty nasty cut on his arm or something, and then imagine Talei like feels his arm aching, you know, like that kind of connection. I mean, maybe it's just because I've started watching Not Me and the twin connection thing is really cool to me, but they could have definitely played around with that a lot more, right, if they had like switched between the two worlds, especially because it was very interesting, the idea that Tess and Tun hated each other. So it would be interesting to see, like, would they have been each other's Portkeys? Would they be falling in love right now? Or would they have different Portkeys Like, do they have to be, if Talay and Puan are portkeys, do their counterpart body switchers have to be portkeys, or can they have other portkeys? Because then it would get really messy, right? Yeah, so it would have to be, Tess and Tun have to be each other's portkeys if these two are portkeys. Because otherwise, when these guys go back, Tess and Tun would go back and they would leave their respective portkeys. So they have to be portkeys as well if these two are portkeys. But they didn't seem to get on with each other, although Tun did have a crush on Tess. So it would be interesting if they had played around with that a bit more and showed what was going on with them. So I think it's just gone a very different way than how I expected it. And it's kind of slipped into what a lot of the other BLs are like. Kind of bonding over an activity where love triangles and normal conflicts come into it. Whereas especially by this point, I was really expecting them to have started getting the dreams, to be like trying to work out how to get home, stuff like that. Because at this point, they've already admitted they like each other. They've both turned down other potential people or partners for each other. They've kissed. They're attached to each other at the hip. Like, at what point are the dreams going to start? If none of that triggers the dreams, what the hell would? I don't know. I feel like it should have started by now. But it does look from the preview, I think Puan says he wants to stay in this universe with Talay forever. So it does seem like we're getting a bit of that, which is something I did mention an episode or two ago where I said, you know, they've assimilated into these lives so well and they've been there for over a year now. They've started calling the friends their friends rather than Tess's and Tun's friends. Same with the family. You know, they've learned about all of the different search engines and social media stuff and differences between the two worlds. They're really, it's become their life, right? So I did say, I think last episode, I was like, are they gonna want to go home? I don't know. Other than Talay's dream job, there doesn't seem to be a whole lot in it for them, right? Especially Puan. Puan loved it. As soon as he got here, he was like, it's really nice not to have the stress of acting career and stuff like that. So Puan definitely prefers this universe. So that's quite intriguing. Like, are they going to decide to stay in this universe? Or are they going to go back home and then have to try and find each other? That would also be very interesting to see, right? See if they feel that connection when they see each other and they know it's them. The trouble with staying in this universe is your future is completely dependent on your body switcher's future, right? So if Tess dies, Talay dies. That's like an added risk. Like, you can die at any time from anything anyway, but that's an added risk that he could do something stupid and you could just die for no reason. You could lose your significant other in the same way. But then, like, what happens if Tess and Tun really want to go home? And they work out their portkey shit and they switch back, and then one day while they're living their happy life and they've built a future here, they're just dragged back to this other world. After, you know, imagine they stay here for like 8 years like Dol does, and they've got a whole everything set up here. They're going to be like that dude that was crying in the association. They're going to, like, feel like they've lost so much, and they're going to have been thrown back into a world that they haven't been to for like nearly a decade. So there's a lot of risks if they decide to stay here, right? I don't know. I see, it's the fantasy stuff I find really interesting and intriguing. I just wish they had explored it a little bit more. I mean, there's still a lot of episodes left, so maybe they will, but definitely going differently than how I thought it would, for sure. But anyway, that was episode 8. I will be back next Saturday to watch episode 9. I feel like it's going to fly by and come around really quickly again. I don't know. But for now, I'm going to go dive back into the darkness that is not me. That's it. Bye.